guys watch Rush Limbaugh show? I sometimes do. Not very often. Mainly when I'm traveling, listening to radio. Wife doesn't care to listen to it, so I don't annoy her by listening to it here. But I guess the other day, Rush was talking about states wanting to succeed, or it was moving towards states wanting to succeed. Wanted to leave the nation, wanted to form their own again. We did this once before, remember? Back before the Civil War. But Geraldo Rivera stepped in, lambasted Rush. He was crazy as all get out. You can't do that. It's not going to happen. Him even talking this as being irresponsible and reckless. I don't think it's so reckless. It's things that people actually talk about. So far as the can do it or can't do it, it was done once before. And it led to war. Mainly because the North didn't like that. The North started to use aggression against the South when they left. Started blockading their ports, doing various things. That's where Fort Sumter started firing on them to open their port, get it where they could get goods in and out. Shot heard around the world. But after the Civil War, the states were readmitted and things went on. But the same thing that are bringing about talks of secession now is the same thing that brought about secession when we wanted to leave England. We didn't like their taxation. We didn't like their rules and us having no say-so in it. And that's the same thing that's bothering some of the states. They don't like being controlled by opposing parties' politics. This goes on both sides. The red states don't like being ruled by a Democrat rule and wanting higher taxes and more regulation. The northern states do want this, and they don't want a Republican in office that's not going to push for it. And they want their own government. It's not so bad. But so far as whether you can do it or can't do it, yeah, it's been done in the past. But after the Civil War, the Supreme Court ruled that no, states cannot leave the Union. Once you're in it, you're in it. I think if that was to be challenged today, it could have a different outcome. You have to think that in 1869, we had just finished the Civil War. Feelings were still very strong. A lot of turmoil still going on about it. And at the time, we only had 2 Southerners on the Supreme Court. One of those, a gentleman from Virginia, was a Lincoln appointee. He was sympathetic to the Northern cause. The rest of them were. The one Southerner that we did have left was from Savannah, Georgia. And he was a Northern sympathizer. Most of the ones that were not Northern sympathizer had left office at the beginning of the Civil War to rejoin the South. Kind of a lopsided court. Plus, had they ruled that states could leave, then they would have to justify the North using aggression against the South after the war. Or not after the war, before the war, and partly causing the war. So yeah, they had to step light there, cover their own tracks. There's still states talk about leaving. Texas, Oregon has talked about it. Speaking of Texas, they constantly come up with secession talk about any time anyone brings it up. Last time was whenever England was seceding from Brexit. Who knows? Texas don't want to leave. Texas like being the biggest. If they leave, they're just Texas. They're nothing. They're not important anymore. Other than selling oil. There's other places with more oil now. Don't even have that to count on. It may come about that it could happen though. People keep getting pushed and back into corners and unhappy with their governments and whatnot. Yeah, they could try to do it again. We don't know. Don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. None of us. We even have counties wanting to secede from states. Virginia, their western states, wants to join West Virginia. Oregon, part of their counties, wants to join Idaho. California wants to form the state of Jefferson, them along with some of the Oregon southern counties. Kansas, in western Kansas anyhow, often keeps flaring up and talking about seceding from the state. The trouble with counties seceding is, in the Constitution it's written up that they have to have both the state and congressional approval. Because states are going to have approval to join the union. That's going to leave them out there in limbo if they seceded from the state and here they are just sitting there. You know, don't belong to a country, there aren't anything. Mm-hmm. We need to find some common grounds in politics. One of the biggest issues, mostly with red states not liking to be controlled over the big cities, especially on the East Coast and the West Coast. That the cities have no inclination as to what rural life is and what they do or how they live, and don't care. What's your opinion on states succeeding or counties succeeding? I'll withhold my judgment this time. There's no one actually trying to do it. No need to get into it for me. Anyhow, don't forget to like, subscribe, send me a comment if you want. Love you guys. Have a great day.